Hi, Aquarius. Okay, the first two cards I'm going to choose, the awareness for the week. Okay, so we have the Magician. The Magician, major arcana, and we see the Magician standing here, raising his right arm, almost as if he's a lightning rod for the inspiration, for the ideas, for the true understanding of what passion is and excitement within his life. And so for you, the Magician is about really understanding your talents, your abilities, your skills, and matching them with your wants to try to find, the magical combination, the blend that's going to allow you to feel passion and enthusiasm and excitement for what you do in life. And so the Magician is very much of the understanding that here the universe has provided you with everything that you need. And it's up to you to visualize and to think about what it is that you hope to manifest or to create or to build, the path that you want to take. No one is going to spin you round and round and point you in the direction. That's up to you. And you have to take everything that you have, your will, your faith, and you set out to create and build the life that you want. And that can, nurturing your ideas, planning, using everything within your power to make it real and to make it, a vivid and a place of fulfillment for you in your life. So the Magician brings you the sense that you are the magician and that it's up to you to create the magic within your life. So this week, perhaps you're thinking about how to bring some of your heart projects into play, things that really make you feel good and that don't feel like work. You may be thinking about a switch in careers. You may be thinking about creating a really satisfying and emotionally deep relationship. You may be seeking someone. So along the way, as you're thinking of that as a big idea, we also see that this week can bring conflict, competitive feelings, people's ego maybe tripping over each other and no leadership. Kind of looks like a mishmash here of the boys and their wands. So with this, be aware that this is like the petty annoyances of life that we deal with as we get into it with people sometimes, or we find that we're really not so good at working together and we need to stop and to restart, or to maybe think of a different way to approach a problem or a situation. So this is a card of disharmony. It certainly could be healthy competition, but there's a sense here that if you are in conflict, do what you can to let it ride it out, and perhaps it'll just, fade away. But if it's something more serious than that, then there needs to be some maybe honest discussions about responsibility, about roles within the group, who's going to do what. So you're going to have to problem solve to address conflicts or arguments or egos out of control. So now let's choose two cards for guidance. Okay, so guidance for the week. 9 of Cups. With the cups, we have a water sign, and this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we see the finely dressed man sitting here on his chair, arms folded, kind of smiling / smirking, and he has on display his cups. So he's quite proud of what he's earned, of what he's accomplished, of what he has created, and this is a card of finding contentment with what you have. For many, it could be the material items that you have worked hard for, a house, a car, a certain lifestyle that you've sought. For others, it could relate to spiritual abundance and spiritual growth and comfort, finding comfort within your spirituality. So this is celebrating what you have taken the time, perhaps you have sacrificed or worked hard, or whatever you have done, you've gotten yourself into a place where you're enjoying it. So this is a card to say, enjoy your labor, enjoy what you've had. And also, the Nine of Cups is a wish card. So it is favorable to make a wish, and wishes are granted. So make a good one. So in terms of guidance, here's the Two of Cups. And I have to say, the Two of Cups has been a pretty frequent flyer for this week's readings for many of the signs. And I think that's great. The Two of Cups is about this opportunity to find a fantastic relationship, one of balance, one of equal footing, eye to eye, happiness and the potential for something transformative, significant, and soulmate-y-ish, if you will. So, the Two of Cups is, again, represents possibilities. If you're single and looking, you have to put yourself out there and allow yourself to be seen for that you are looking to make these connections. And there may be many people that you meet. And then all it takes is that one time to have that spark, to have the pull. And that's really what this card is about. It's the pull to someone else. Someone else's energy is so powerful that it pulls you toward them. So it's a beautiful thing. For those that are already married and happily married or happily in a relationship, the Two of Cups can signal enriching or enhancing or creating a deeper level of intimacy, of passion. So if you're wishing for a relationship, and here's the Magician where you are manifesting and creating, I think it's a really good sign. So now let's see what the two cards will be for possible outcomes for the week. Okay, so possible outcomes, the Knight of Pentacles. Our knight here, he is sitting on the horse. He is not moving anywhere, holding onto his pentacle, and he's looking downfield as if he's taking stock and surveying the land. So this is a very slow-moving knight, cautious, conservative, grinding, hard work, putting in the effort, creating a plan and feeding it and taking care of it. This is responsible and a sense of loyalty and dedication with this knight. So if you are in the dating game and you're meeting someone who's perhaps an earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone who has these attributes of steadfast, hardworking, interested in building financial security, a stable home, may not be the most exciting knight in the deck. However, he's successful and hardworking and trustworthy. And there's a lot to be said for having integrity. And so, again, if you're not looking for someone, if you're not dating, these are attributes that can help you. And I would say if you are in the process of creating and manifesting, that the pragmatic nature of the Knight of Pentacles is very helpful, because he's going to be able to use all the information that he has from surveying, from observing, from planning, into building something successful, into taking whatever time is necessary to make sure that it's successful. So another possible outcome for this week. So we have the Four of Cups. And we see the man sitting underneath the tree. And his arms are folded, a lot like the Nine of Cups, but their expressions are very different. His expression, he looks a little bit lost, and he's looking at the cups in front of him. He doesn't see the cup being offered to him. So this could be missed opportunities. This can represent that you maybe feel a little tired of what's going on. You need a little break. You could use some solitude. You could be thinking about things. You could be a little dissatisfied with perhaps the people that you're spending time with, or the work that you're doing. I tend to think that this is temporary. It's that once we have time to think about things, we can hopefully sort it out and get back on track. But this is, again, when your eyes are just focused here, you're missing the things that are on the peripheral. So be aware of all opportunities coming to you. Maybe missing something that could be significant to you. And perhaps, if this is back to dating, you may have a certain type and maybe you're not taking a chance. And you might miss out on a real nice connection by sticking to a stereotype or just, narrowing your range. Open it up. Open it up. So let's get a little more information from the oracle cards, and we'll see what the focus area for the week or meditation point is for the week. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So right off the bat, there's a lot of thinking going on with the Four of Cups and contemplating. We can sometimes interpret it as being stale or being dissatisfied, but it also could be the need to take yourself out of chaos or busyness, to catch up with yourself, to think about things. So in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love, and the love for yourself and the love for others. So now I'm going to choose a card for spirit or emotional self. Moonlight, travel, romance, potential. Fabulous. What a beautiful illustration. And the potential for travel is always exciting. And the potential here, again, for romance, for dreams to come true. A lot of glare on that, sorry for that. And creating and manifesting the life that you hope for. And finally, I'm going to choose a card for love, and we'll just get another message here for love. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. A beautiful thought, and you show your care by expressing your feelings, but also by your actions. We've all had times in our lives when we've heard empty words, and so support them by doing. And if you care for someone, why make them guess that you care for them? Let them know definitively how you feel. So Aquarius, this is what I have for you for the week, and I hope that something here resonated with you. If it did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, and comment.